don't say to yourself, I'm going to die for this guy, you do it. And they did it.
When you're shooting at a foe, it really doesn't mean much you're shooting at an object. However, when you're looking them right in the face and you take 12 or 15 men out, it's not something you forget very easily.
I can't honestly say that I ever hated the enemy. I always had the feeling that he was there doing for his country the same thing I was doing for mine.
When I went in, I knew nothing. And when I come out, I knew too much.
After 62 years, I constantly think of the people that were my colleagues and brothers in arms during World War II. The 3rd Battalion, 506 Parachute Infantry, was the finest battalion in World War II, bar none.
I exited the plane in an intense fire. The plane was taking evasive action, I believe, and or at least rocking, and we had a kind of a hard time getting to the door.
I was glad to get out of the plane because we'd been hit, and then I'd seen all the excitement that was going outside of the plane that couldn't see from the inside, seeing all the tracers and the anti-aircraft coming up.
And every damn one of them seemed aimed at me. But of course, as they got near, they would curve away.
And one of the bullets went across the back of my hand. It didn't hurt me, and then I could hear pop, popping going through the chute.
Before I landed, I noticed a fire in front of me. Later on, I found out it was the Carnation Milk Factory, and I dropped into the barn area. And I believe that the fact that the noise of the cows hid my noise from the Germans, which of course probably saved my life.
We went right up the highway, and they had a anti-aircraft gun, 88, stuck up in the corner, and they were we had to get past that, and it was like a parade. The Dutch people were in the doorways handing out food.
It was the craziest fighting you ever seen. You'd be walking down the street, whoosh, out would come a cup of chocolate or a cup of coffee. Here you'd be shooting at somebody almost there at the same time, and they take out a cup of coffee for you. But they got out and danced in the street.
They were the most exuberant people that we saw ever during the World War. Nobody was happier than the Dutch people in Eindhoven. In fact, they almost kept us from going into the place. They were crowding us out. They were killing us with kindness.
Bastogne, there were 6 roads come in there and out that were the main arteries to the coast. And the Germans needed those very badly because it would have cut off the supply to the Allies completely. And it would also given them a chance to take back the deep water ports on the coast. So it was essential that we hold that position and deny them the use of those roads.
I see this tank come through the side of the barn, and the muzzle of the 88 elevates. I'm looking down the barrel. Well, I knew damn well I didn't have time to run down those steps, so I jumped down the shaft. I went right down into the hay. As soon as I hit the bottom of the hay, they blew the top of the silo off.
They shelled us so bad there, and they never quit. They were shooting the trees down around us, and it just went on and on and on till pretty quick you didn't care if you got hit or not.
The reason we went to Berchtesgaden was strictly PR, I imagine, because that was Hitler's Eagle's Nest.
Scenically speaking, Berchtesgaden was a beautiful town. It was just unfortunate that its most famous inhabitant, was a monster.
Yeah, we were fully aware of what it was, Hitler's retreat, the Wolf's Lair, and all of that good stuff. And I think that was more of an incentive for us to get there first. And I'm sure all of the officers wanted to get there first because first there, the better the prize.
My orders to my men was, when we got into Germany, they could take anything they wanted. Anything, except innocent lives.
To me, it represented the absolute end of the war in Europe, and a very good chance that I finally might make it home in one piece.
I often wondered why I survived and some of my colleagues, most of my colleagues didn't. Of course, no one in the world can answer such a question. I'm just delighted to be here. That's all I can say.
And I never volunteered to do it. Frankly, never thought about it. All I thought of is, God let me live till morning, really.
Yeah, there's nothing more that self-satisfying that I can think of than being a member of the 3rd Battalion of the 506 Parachute Infantry. I'm sure everyone felt that way about their unit, but I don't care about the rest of them, how they felt. I know how I feel, and to my dying day, I'll be elated at that experience.